which is all about the early applicant information for those students wishing to apply to Oxbridge. Now, during the year, we've had a wonderful programme where we have been doing a number of sessions in college with our students, preparing them for the early application, which will be for both Oxford and Cambridge themselves. I'm just going to summarise the programme, what's happening over the summer and what's going to be happening next year. So, during the course of the year, you can see the different sessions that we've had so far with the students. In March, we started by having sessions on Oxbridge Life, colleges and all the different courses that are available at the universities, where students can just discover what is the best course for them, looks at the different types of colleges, the model, and just make sure that it is the right application that they want to make. In April, we then looked at supercurricular opportunities and how students can support their applications by looking around their subject, be it going on visits, trips, getting involved in summer school programs, doing an EPQ, all the things they can do to show the passion for the subject that they're interested in. So they're going to be able to use that in their personal statement and then in their interviews later in the year. We also went into the tutorial model that exists at Oxford and Cambridge universities and how this is different from the format at other Russell Group universities. This tutorial model is one of the advantages to going to Oxford and Cambridge. You have very small group sessions within your college on a weekly basis, and it really helps you prepare for the world and makes you quite verbose in the way that you can talk to other people. We then went on and we looked at personal statement writing and some one-to-one help with that in the last few sessions that we've had within June. Students have been able to submit drafts of the personal statement and then get feedback on how they're getting on with them so far. What's going to happen next is over the summer, students need to continue to work on their personal statements, and then they're going to make their application in September. Now, because they're early applicants, that will need to be, personal statement will need to be written, they'll need to have fully completed all the information within their application to be sent off. We will be supporting students with that in September when they first come back. It is a little bit of a rush at the beginning of the term, but we'll be sending out a lot of information to support them with this. They will then, once they've made an application, have interview preparation, and they will also tell us about any entrance exams that they need to take. Entrance exams are specific to the college and the university and the course that they are applying to. Students need to discern what kind of course they want to apply for and where they want to do it, and then tell us what entrance exam they wish to do. After that, there will then be the interviews themselves, which usually occur in December. To summarise those things that we've been completing, here is a timeline. So at the minute, students are completing their UCAS form and making sure that their personal statements are completely ready for sending off in September. When they come back in September, they'll need to register for their admission test by the 22nd of the 9th, so the 22nd of September, and our internal deadline is the 29th of the 9th, so we can send all those off and register them for those tests. We have a UCAS early entry deadline, which is the 29th of September for students to submit their personal statements to us and their actual application. It will have to be sent off by the 15th of October. That gives us time for staff to formalise their overall reference from the college, and we have this deadline which must be met of the 29th of September. Once they've submitted, students who apply to Cambridge will be asked to complete a supplementary questionnaire, which is called the SAQ, in October. And then any admissions tests that are required or any written work which might be asked for by a college will be between October and November, depending on the course itself. December will be interviews, and then students will be notified of any decisions within January. It's usually a little bit earlier for Oxford and a little bit later for Cambridge. Students will then confirm what their affirmed choice is by June, and then they'll get their exam results next August. Now, admissions tests. We have sent a letter home to all parents with information about this, so please do have a read of this letter. Now, the admissions test will be sat at college, at Wyke, usually during October or November, but everyone has a specific date, and you need to check this out on the Oxford or Cambridge website themselves. Students cannot register, they must be registered by the college, and there is a Teams link that all students can click on the Oxbridge page where they can tell us what tests that they require to complete. There may actually be more than one, and a number of maths students have at least 2 tests to complete if they're making a Cambridge application, I think. There is one other test which is called the LMAT, which is the law test. If you require this test, you must register yourself for it no later than the 16th of October. It must be taken. You've got to register between the 1st of August and the 15th of September. And you'll go to a local testing station. There's one in the centre of Hull that I know about, and they go there and they sit this test at a specific time. Students have been given links to the Oxford and Cambridge pages on the Teams group, and they can let us know as soon as possible. If you have any questions about this, please do contact me. Now, just to summarise everything that we've said there, the next and final trip is, we've actually got a Cambridge trip on the 7th of July, so if you haven't signed up for that yet, there may be some places available. Please have a look on Parent Pay. When you come back in September and all the way through to November, there will be weekly timetabled Oxbridge classes to support you with your process. You've got your admissions test. We will be running a big mock interview evening at Hull University in November for all people who've had successful applications. Anybody can participate in this who's made an application to Oxbridge. It's really, really good practice at all those interview skills you might need, also at Russell Group universities. You can also have academic mentor meetings. So if you are really interested in English, for example, talking to your English teacher, getting them to help you with your personal statement, and they might be willing to do one-to-one interviews with you, and that is something that you can ask for when you come back in the early part of your second year. At any point, if you do have any questions, please do get in contact, but hopefully this answers everything you have to ask about Oxbridge and the process. Thank you. Bye.